How to neutralize a counter striker in MMA. To understand this point, we're gonna use a fight, Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski 1. Now, Volkanovski is almost always the shorter fighter, but this has never been a problem for him, since he usually has success against taller fighters like Ortega, Diego Lopez, or Max Holloway. That's why this fight caught my attention in particular, where he doesn't seem to land on Islam with the same volume he would against other fighters. At first glance, it might seem like it's because Volkanovski is more focused on Islam's takedowns, which is true, but studying this fight, I realized that's not the only reason. To really understand why Volk didn't have much success on the feet, I had to dedicate myself to studying Volkanovski's style and understand what makes him so great. Analyzing his previous fight against Max Holloway, for example, the way Volk managed to land strikes so quickly was by letting Max chase him. In striking, Volk usually lets himself be chased to counterattack. When his taller opponent tries to close in, that's when Volk counterattacks, because his opponent, by moving forward, is doing the work that Volk should do as the shorter fighter, which is closing the distance, and he usually has a lot of success with that. But Islam never pressured him forward. It was Volk who had to go after him and get closer, and most of the time when he got hit by Makhachev, it was when Volk started his move and Islam hit him back. And Islam was very smart at avoiding getting trapped against the cage, where he will no longer have space to retreat and Volk could land another one of his combinations. When you face a fighter who is faster, more explosive, or has better cardio, chasing them and playing their game wears you down. That's exactly what they want. What Islam does in this fight is a universal trick against a counter striker. If you chase a counter striker, you're playing their game. If you force them to chase you, they can no longer use their main weapon. Islam's solution is that instead of falling into the trap, he changes roles and lets Volkanovski move first. He makes him the one chasing, putting him in a spot where he feels less comfortable. This mentally drains him, changes the pace, and takes away the comfort of choosing when and how to engage. If your opponent is better at letting themselves be chased to counterattack, turn the pace around and make them the one chasing you. Let them be the one closing the distance, in a position where they're not as strong. That way, you force them out of their comfort zone.